Hello everyone, welcome back to Game of Thrones Winter's Coming. We had an update on the 7th of May, which gave us quite a few things, quite a few changes as well. That's going to be, I believe, fairly impactful into the game running from now on. Yeah, we can take a fast look at what the patch notes are saying. First of all, one of the new features that's coming or been announced is that Commander Let's Karin will be awakened in the middle of May 2021. Currently it's the 8th of May and she is not awakened, and we are going to take a look at her as well in general to kind of get an idea of what type of commander she is, but that will be later on in this video. Then new feature, some of the new castle exterior will contain active skills. For more details, please wait for in-game events. And that was also something that has been rumored to happen after they added in the active skill button, as well as active commander skills. But that's also something that will be looked into later on. I might have some rumors that may or may not be true, but we'll see about that later on in the game video. So battle mechanic improvements. Improved in-game battle mechanics. Troop of each type will be evenly split into 5 columns instead of 4. Each column will be divided into 4 lineups determined by the troop type and take orders from one of the commanders. The number of commander available for casting active skills will be increased from 4 to 5. After the update, royal lords and ladies won't need to send commander specific type of troops in order to have the commander available to use active skill. After death, all of the troops of their own column commander's active skill will be disabled and leave the battlefield. So this in general opens up a lot of new possibilities and a lot of things that's going to change in this game. Then they also have some improvements. Improved event reward for alliance mobilization and treasure seeker. We recently had treasure seeker at my kingdom, and they have changed out a lot of shadow dragon stuff and speed ups. For now that you get A tokens, S token and SS tokens, while you also still can get album shots, of course, for the album, which is a huge improvement in my opinion. The value that you can get from it is really big, and yes, it's a grind, but I would probably say it's better to have that rather than not have anything at all, and they have made it a lot better at least. So I'm looking forward to the alliance mobilization rewards, which will be shown in roughly 2 weeks, I would assume, and I might make a video about that, and we can take a look about that as well. Rebel camps will now directly display the time of dropped crate, which is also a really nice change that has been asked for a long time now. Improved display of castle exterior list, also something that's been asked for right now, and improve some other game experiences and GUI, which is right off my top of my head, I can't really say which it is, but we can take a look at some of the things at least. And some bug fixes, of course, as well. Fixed display issue of Countdown Investor's Navigator. It's not a huge deal, but still something nice. Fixed display issue of Rally List and Alliance Conquest event, which was a really painful bug to have to play around because it didn't really show things correctly, or basically didn't show everything that's happening, and that was really difficult to navigate. So it's something that's really good that you change right now, as well because UC is going on right now, so people probably enjoy that. And then they also fixed some other minor bugs. So that's roughly what this patch note is going to have inside. But we'll take a look at the different things right now. We are now inside the game, and we are looking at the new commander that's supposed to be awakened soon. That's Karin. As you can see, the awakening button hasn't been added yet, so she isn't awakened yet as of 8th of May. And her general abilities is that, as you can see here, Infantry health increased by 2%, infantry attack increased by 2%, and infantry 2% at gray. Of course, when it's maxed out, it's 40% each of those, and with the new changes that has been happened to the battle mechanics coming in this update, then I would say it has a decent potential to be useful. Of course, the general idea is for her to become more useful, I suppose, and I'm not sure what her awakening is going to be like, but I would assume that's probably going to be infantry focused based on the fact that she's mainly an infantry commander. She's also an infantry commander in terms of specialization, and it would really make sense for her to get some kind of cavalry buff, I would suppose. So that's what I expect of her, at least, and as they specified in the patch notes, that should be dropping down during the middle of May. So, and she's also currently in the recruitment pass, so make sure that you get, if you wanted to be awakened, make sure to get her medals in the recruitment pass as well. So yeah, that's going to be all about her for now. Now we can take a look at the active skill section. As you can see here, we have dragon skills active here still, and they have added in the commander skill supposedly to become active, which might indicate that some commanders in the future, or actually in future updates, maybe through awakening, maybe just through getting bought in the shop, will have some sort of active commander skill, which will either give some benefits, debuffs, or something else, I would assume. At least based on the dragon skills ones, then it would make sense. I expect that once they release cast exterior with active skill, that they will add the active skill button here for that, so we have the full role filled out. And yeah, so we are going to take a look at cast exteriors as well right now. So as mentioned, there is a change to cast exterior marching animations. If you click on the customize button, then you can see that they have changed out how you can pick your cast exterior. There's also the potential to sell or use, depending on if you have a certain specific coupon for a castle. And you can also filter it so it's basically unowned exteriors or owned exteriors, which is a really nice touch, I suppose. And this, of course, in general allows people to scroll through exteriors much easier, and will allow them to basically use things in a different way. So, as you can see, they have also added this included skill section. I would assume that will be where, once we have cast exteriors with active skills, they will show that they have an included skill here. So for people wanting those in the future, keep an eye out on that. I have heard rumors about cast exterior supposedly being able to have an active skill that spawns a diamond node. I'm not sure how much that diamond node will have in terms of blue diamonds, or how long it will take to harvest it, or if someone else can harvest it or only you. So, but it seems like that's going to be one of the first attempts at adding an active skill exterior into this game, and I'm not sure how that exactly will work out, but it's probably somewhere in the future, so keep an eye out on that. And yeah, the same applies for marching skills. There's also this section, so I would assume they might also in the future add in active skills for marching animations. From what I can see, there's none inside currently that has one, so yeah. Like I said, the new features are something that's basically been put into the game as groundwork, where the groundwork has been laid, and then they will probably open up for it in a week or two, one by one, to make sure that the game will be able to handle it. So that's kind of some of the newer things that's been added in. So now we can take a look at the battle mechanic improvements. Now we are taking a look at the different formations, and as you can see, right now we have 5 rows, which has as indicated by the patch notes, that there would be a 5th rule added. Beforehand it was only the 4 ones, and it made the commanders being used very difficult. You were, at some points, if I remember correctly, some people mentioned that if you had 5 infantry commanders, then the 5th one would not be able to use the active skills because there was only basically room for 4. While if you had 4 of one kind and 1 of other, then all commander skills would be used basically because they would be assigned to each of their group or something like that. And right now it works out in a different way. Now you have basically a commander for each group, and it helps out in terms of DPS boosting as well, and it helps out in terms of how you can counter certain formations or counter commanders in specific positions as well. But to understand that, we also have to look at the battle reports, which has also been renewed a bit. So here I have a report from when I attacked the Reaper camp, and as you can see, the report has been updated in terms of formations and how the different commanders are allocated in each of their core groups. And in my case, you can see I have 4 spear commanders and an inf commander, and each of those are basically assigned each their column or row, and that of course indicates that you can actually counter the commander specifically with an enemy commander on the enemy side, and you can also counter them. So commander placements might have a huge impact in terms of the damage output of your troops. I know that commanders can do a lot of damage with their skills in certain matchups, and it could potentially be a game changer to have commanders do certain skills and counter certain commanders as well. This of course means that if I run into an inf commander with Tyrion, then I will basically do neutral damage, whereas if I go with Varys against an inf commander, then Varys will do decreased damage or something like that. There's still a lot of things being worked around regarding the battle formations and how the new addition of a 5th row will impact the entire DPS output and so on, but it certainly helps to actually have a direct placement of the different commanders. And maybe we will see in the future that we can have specific stylized rows, maybe, so that we can basically pick a front line for each of our rows, and that way we can go into a super in-depth analytical battle, strategic battle type of situation that either can benefit or hurt you. So it's an interesting addition for sure. That's going to impact the game, in my opinion, in a lot of ways, because a lot of total commanders or awakened commanders would need some kind of specific troop inside their formation to actually activate their awakening skill. But with this new update, you are not forced to have a certain command or certain type of troops inside your column or row to actually activate the skill. Now they should activate regardless and will apply to those troops that are inside there. So make sure that you use the things wisely and that you basically put out your commanders and troops in sort of harmony to benefit each other. You can also see now that they have added a more detailed look in terms of time the battle takes and how the ally-enemy clash basically ends up hurting or damaging people. This rally took 16 seconds for me to win over, which was okay, I suppose. And you can see that there's basically a way of tracking how well your rally does against an opponent. And you can see that basically took me 6 seconds for me to break down the castle walls, and then after that I took some damage. But once I broke it down, then my troops start to basically get into the enemy and taking them down very fast. So it's an interesting addition to the game for sure, and I still believe that this is probably the one thing that will have the biggest impact on the patch. And also Ultimate Conquest coming or going on right now. I'm sure that it will be making new comps and new ways of putting your army together work very interestingly. Lastly, we have the rebel reports or scouting reports from rebel camps, and once you hop over them, you can see the chest, basically the timer of the chest that the cap holds. And in this particular case, it's a level 18 chest that has a 4-hour timer. This one is a level 17 chest that has a 12-hour timer. So now it's much easier to find the 4-hour camps that you want to rally and put your entire rallies or troops together and your alliance together to actually get the specific chest you want or you need. So nice update, nice addition, and this pretty much covers like the majority of this current update. Sadly, some of the things couldn't be shown yet since they are yet to come, so I might make a follow-up video later on explaining how different things might work out or affect the game for sure. But like I said, I still believe that the battle mechanics is going to be really huge for this game right now. It's something that's been needed and asked for as well, since people didn't understand why we have 5 commanders but only 4 rows. So basically one commander would be sitting out. And yeah, so give your opinion on how you thought or what you think about this patch, and of course comment down below if you have certain guides or certain things you want me to look into. I'm willing to do that, of course. If you want to play the game or join the Discord community, the link is down in the description below, as well as the link for the channel from where I get my music. That's always nice. Give him a shout out or a subscribe or follow him. He's a super cool dude, works super hard, makes a lot of music for different kind of themes, so I'm sure you can find something that might interest you. And yeah, so I believe that we still have UC going on, so Alliance Conquest is over for this season, and we can take a look at events currently. KVK is coming up tomorrow. I probably won't be doing the bigger video there. I might be going to a different kingdom before then, so keep that in mind as well. And yeah, Elite Trials coming up, the Rank Hunt event, Lord of Lords is almost finished here as well. Alliance Conquest, which is UC, still going on. Predictions, I still predict that the run will take the entire thing, but there has been some discussion that they might be challenged this year. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this time around. Good luck in the game for everyone, have fun and take care. Bye bye.